Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big him and show one stone, and it bring about feeling to all wicked men. man show and stone, and it bring about the feelings of wicked men. Rasta man show and stone, and it bring about the feelings of wicked men.
Stibbidim day, stibbidim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we love like. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good evening and welcome to the People's Point of View. This evening we are looking at security and democracy. It is right that we do so given the phase we're in now. We are in a general election cycle, which is hither. We don't know if we're going to have one, if the government is going to try something odd. And more, we're seeing threat to our security where more pipe bombs have surfaced in the island, but not much information coming from the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So that will be our major focus for this evening, as well as we will look at the continuous contention pushed our way by Minister Vaz over the brand new old used bus bought from the United States. Minister seems to confuse me, or I'm just rather being. No, he seems to confuse himself, or he's rather confusing me when he speaks. I'm not clear where it is at the moment, if he is confusing himself or he's confusing me. I ask you when we get to Mr. Vaz tonight to help us to decide. To my community of and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening and welcome to Global TV. It is your program, The People's Point of View. Welcome everyone, Sharon Bernard, good evening, and welcome Debbie Jervis TV. Good evening, good evening. Thank you all for joining us. Yvonne Johnson, good evening. Good evening, evening, real sweet. Good evening and welcome. Sunshine, good evening. Maxia Thomas, good evening. Good evening, welcome. You to teach. Good evening. Black Watson, Canadian Young, good evening. Marlene Garden, good evening. Good evening, Evan Bradford, Sharon Bernard. Paulette Lewis. Good evening. Winston Daly, Rex Nicholson, Joe Daly, Felix Beckford, Dr. McCullough. Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining. PNP Hoodoo, David Jervis, Julia, Marjorie, Instanani, and of course, Nick Headquarters passed through. Now, I went to the Jamaica Constabulary Force Facebook page today when you are occurring on YouTube. Hold on. Let me check this. Playing my that keeps jumping. Oh, the microphone doing it again. Let me try to go to the microphone and see if I get it to switch. Oh,
let me jump back in now and see. Can you hear me better now? You should be hearing me better on YouTube. The echo should be gone by now because I have adjusted this dancing mic that does its own thing. Thank you, Canadian God. Thank you. I went to the Jamaica Constabulary Force Facebook page today because if you know anything of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, they operate their page pretty much like Andrew Holness. Loads of propagandas and show off. So I went there because of the seriousness of the issue. I thought there would be some information from the Jamaica Constabulary Force as to the latest development in the multiple pipe bombs found in St. Thomas. I think the news article said one man is arrested, but no further information to the country. Now, this is an alarming situation where it's not an immediate bomb threat, but it is there are potential risk of such explosions across the country. Norman Ferguson, Nick HQ, welcome back. There are potentials for such explosions around the country. In 2023, wasn't it? We saw where 321 pipe bombs were found. No, I'm not sure we told the exact number of what was found in St. Thomas, but the silenceness of the security service is worrying, because you're not going to get people panicking, but you want to reassure the public. You want to make sure that the public is aware of the circumstances and is in the frame of mind where they're vigilant when they're out there in public spaces, particularly in crowded spaces. And I'm worried by the silence of the security service. I'm not even going to say anything about the government on this, because we are told the security service have a level of independency. Don't know what that means to a degree. But the silence from the security services on such a worrying issue, what has been planned for Jamaica, is the bigger question. And let me say this. This is not a political issue. This is a national security issue. All of us, but all of us are at risk of an explosion. This is not just like pointing a gun at a particular person. An explosion targets everyone in the immediate vicinity. This is a matter of national security, and I don't understand why Kevin Blake, the Commissioner of Police, is so silent on the matter. This is a matter of life and death. There are possibly more nail bombs and pipe bombs out there. We saw you all taking 300 and odd almost 2 years ago. Now another batch is being found. Something is planned for Jamaica. The problem is the people are not updated on the circumstances. The people are not given precautionary information by the government in order to protect themselves when out in public. The other worrying aspect of all of this, should we have such national security disaster, we don't have a health scare, my people. That's the more worrying part of it for me. We don't have a national health care that can withstand any devastation of blood and gore. We see when traffic accidents happen in our country, the devastation, the weight, the lack of first aid care that even allow people to die before they reach to primary care. Debian, how you do? So it's a very, very much for me a worrying security issue that more and more pipe I keep calling them pipe bomb because pipe bomb which was their name. Pipe bomb, nail bomb, the whole of them are the same. More and more, this worrying trend is surfacing in our nation. And the more it surfaces, is the more the security services go silent on us. No information from the security services, no advice as to precautions that the nation ought to be taking. Just so silence, so nobody not have nothing to tell we. Nobody not care about our safety. Nobody not care about crowd control. I mean, Jamaica is let me call it the Donald Trump word, a shithole society. Rubbish and garbage is all about in every vicinity around us. It's easy to put down one of these explosion things and detonate them at your will. You understand the devastation after that? Without hospital, ambulance, Jamaica, do you understand where we're going with this? Do you understand the broad security implications of Wagwan? I'm not saying the police them can stop these things from happening. Them happening in all society with the big fix up good security them. These things still get through. But what we are saying is, how do you communicate with the people? How do you update the people? How do you keep people informed? How do you give the people precautionary advice? How do you expect them to keep safe? This is very worrying. This is very worrying. A 2-time now. And there are more out there. It's twice now. And there are more out there. And when you see bombs, people have their homemade bombs. It's for civil unrest. Gangs don't war with bombs. That's not their tool of war. Pipe bombs and nail bombs either come from hatred or geopolitical warfare. Which is it for us, Jamaica? It's either from a geopolitical warfare or it's from some racist hatred, somebody who have some religious or racial hatred. I don't believe it's that. I more believe it's political and geopolitical. Is it our own politicians at home planning something for us? Is this to do with America and China's war over Jamaica? Something is about to happen, my people. I don't know who a war over what. But this is a different type of galangin. This is not Jamaica gang warfare going in. So I don't want to take it down that line. This is coming from either hatred or political and geopolitical. Because when I say the political, I limit that to our national politics in Jamaica. And to the geopolitics side of things, the war between US and China over Jamaica. what is happening in our country? What is our government hiding from us? Is our government coming to a dead end with these pipe bomb investigation? Why the security forces cannot inform us any at all, tell us how safe we are? Are we in imminent danger? Is there potential danger lurking? We need information. It's not enough that you have foiled the plot. That's not enough. Because file one or two plots, there may be a lot of other small rings out there. Our people don't keep their arsenal in one places. Ask America why them have so much air base and military base all over the world. People don't keep them arsenal in one places. Something has been planned for Jamaica. America and China will not have nothing to do with this. America and China. America, we know not have sponsored proxies everywhere. We know the CIA has never left Jamaica from the late 70s to date. We know that America. Chinese, we see so no come on take rules on a pitch. And we see so no decide to get a share of the pie. And we know say the other one on the other side don't like it at all. And we know the other one don't afraid for war over way in want or in don't like. Is this to do with the geopolitical war between China and the United States over trade and land grab and positioning of Jamaica? Jamaica people, this is serious, you know. You don't take this thing lightly. I live in this country where hope of bombing go on. Nail bombing, tube bombing, bus bombing. It's not a pretty sight. It is not a pretty sight. And I tell you, Britain have ambulances on demand. Britain are skilled enough to do an open surgery on the scene before they remove you. They've done it many times. Half the time you see the air ambulance come, they do an open surgery right there and clamp something for stem some bleeding before they put you in a copter or put you in an ambulance and move you along. We don't have anything for buffer anything. Look pan down a mobile there so. To post and say, to post and say the worst could have take place in a Montego Bay. What would happen? How much people could we airlift to Kingston when I have Bednar Theatre? And then how much could the makeshift refugee hospital in Montego Bay in the name of Cornwall Regional Hospital deal with? Jamaicans, we are surrounded, you know. I don't know if you all understand how much we are surrounded by danger. But do not take this pipe bomb issue lightly. This is not a gun pointing at us. When pipe bomb go off, a whole heap of people get caught in the dragnet. Men, women, and children, police, soldier, politician, lawyers, and doctors. Everybody in the vicinity get caught in the dragnet. What is planned for our country? While more and more pipe bombs are being surfacing in our country, what has been planned? Is this a political warfare between PNP and labor rights? Or is this a broader geopolitical warfare between the Chinese and the Americans over Jamaica? We deserve to know from our security services as much as they can tell us as to the danger surround us. We're not too silent. Or too silent. If the worst should happen in Jamaica, it would be devastating. It wouldn't something you want to see or experience. When pipe bomb and nail bomb go off, it's not an easy thing. The worst part of it, in with good health care, in the aftermath of those things, you could save lives. We are not in that position, Jamaica. So I am telling you, Jamaicans, be careful, be vigilant, be cautious. We have a lot of crowded place where we interact with, such as our markets, our town center, and all of that. Remember, a lot of our schools did affair close our early this year or late last year with a whole heap of bomb threats to our schools. Where are we going, Jamaica? Are we becoming the Middle East? Has Boko Haram and Al Qaeda and ISIS reached Jamaica? We have to ask those questions. We live in a globalized community. Didn't you see a whole plane full of Indian dropped out of the sky and then they ended up on the waterfront in expensive hotels? And then when the Haitians came by boat, running from guns and bombs and everything, they get sent back straight to their death. What is happening around us? Kevin Blake, we have seen you in front of the camera, regular, giving justification of going around the country murdering young men. We have seen you come out in front of the camera with your attack on Jamaicans for justice. The nation is under attack, Commissioner. The nation is under attack, and the Commissioner of Police is silent. That which is responsible for our operational safety is rather silent. Does the Commissioner know something that he's hiding from us? Is the Commissioner protecting anyone as to why the Commissioner is so silent? These are not guns, these are bombs. Guns have been doing a lot of harm and a lot of danger to us. But this is a different territory. This is a mass murder territory. This is a mass casualty territory we are moving into. And the government is rather silent in such a developing up high security issue. It is the very same way the government is silent on our democracy. Because when you tie the two things together, we are in an election cycle where the same government is saying, I am the government and I am the opposition. Andrew Holness said that. He really did. I am the government, he said. And I am the opposition. That same Andrew Holness said we will not surrender Jamaica we will not allow PNP-ism to return to Jamaica. The Minister of Local Government, Desmond McKenzie, said, we will not surrender Jamaica to the People's National Party. Hirai Clark said, this election will not be peaceful. Dean Jones, in the local government election of last year, wielded his gun. Isn't that enough evidence that the Jamaica Labour Party is prepared for a blood and gore general election? Because they have been warning about it, they have been advancing it. Who does the pipe bombs belongs to, Andrew Holness? Do you know? Is there any information that the Prime Minister, because you regularly come out and speak on behalf of the police Prime Minister, and while the Minister of National Security, oh, by the way, this came across me today. Could it be that the pipe bombs may have come along with the container of chicken? Just asking. Could it be that the pipe bombs made their way, when the dilly-dally passed the Coast Guard and the police and make its way to the sands of Helsha? Jamaicans, we need to become more awoken rather. It's our docile sleep that allow our politicians to commit these blatant criminality and get away with it and challenge as well. 321 pipe bomb phone, and nobody, we don't know who was arrested, if anybody was arrested for them, who they belongs to, who they're invested, nothing. And now another batch of pipe bombs in the middle of an election where the Jamaica Labour Party is determined to advance war to take reins of the country. It is why we ought to, at the moment, worried about our democracy. We have seen this very Prime Minister regularly take jabs after jabs after going after all of the processes of accountability, transparency, governance, the legislative framework, the Constitution. Name me one thing of the governance structure that this Prime Minister has not attacked. This Prime Minister, about 6 times now, 6 to 7 times, or possibly more, he has been slapped back by the court for his unconstitutional actions. Not me saying it. All the rulings are there for one to go and read. We are in a general election cycle, and the Prime Minister, Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, is dancing with the word of the Constitution, which we've never done before. Under the Westminster Democracy, the election cycle is run by the convention, the Constitutional Convention, a practice which we do, a practice that we accept as normal. What that practice is, with the power given to the Prime Minister and solely the Prime Minister to call a general election, it is at the whims and fancy of the Prime Minister within the 4 or 5 year cycle to call the election at any time. It has never, ever under the Westminster Democracy been done to the wording of the Constitution. Britain doesn't have a written constitution. Hence, the unwritten convention or whatever legislation for fixed term, the 5 year fixed term cycle. That's it. Otherwise, it's on the whims and fancy of the Prime Minister. That's it. The thing that bothers me about this is the best period, given the Prime Minister has taken it down to the cycle because the wire. The last general election was September 3rd, 2020. So the 5 years cycle, as per the convention, ends on the 3rd of September. If you're going to call an election on the wire after the 3rd of September. This will pose a major disruption to the reopening of school for September for a 2 to 3 weeks period, or even a month period, because there's clear 21 days after nomination. So there would be almost a month disruption of back to school in September, should the Prime Minister decide to take it down to September. The Prime Minister would only, if the Prime Minister is not planning to disrupt school, one, then the Prime Minister only have a few more days left to call the election in order not to get entangled with the academic year. If the Prime Minister does not do that, then yes, he would be waiting to disturb the school year. If he's not planning to do that, then, as Marlene Malahoo Fort argued, the Prime Minister is planning to test the Constitution. You know, the Constitution gives them an extra 3 months after the deadline. This is the wording of the Constitution that Marlene Malahoo Fort would have gone into. That has never been used before, because the elections are never the election. It's not the American election. It is not the American election where it's run on that particular date and on that particular month. It's run when the Prime Minister is ready to call it. If the Prime Minister is not planning to disturb the academic year, he only have a few more days left before him stretch it into the early part of September. Or the Prime Minister is planning to use the Constitution to clobber 3 more months. After the 3 more months, if Andrew Holness is still looking for a reason, then the Constitution will have to call the general election. Will the Prime Minister oppose to that? Because, you know, they really don't have an understanding of how the Constitution works or how the different aspects of governance work. Andrew Holness just think the entire country belonged to him. And Prime Minister, by the way, I remember today, you know, when media name up the whole heap of saying them on a thief, globalists, I don't know if them thief no rock stone, because we know so them thief would too, you know. You remember the other day in Quick Step where the Prime Minister sent the military, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Forestry Department, and a whole host of, so now we know them thief wood, them thief sand off a beach, them thief grass out of people yard, them thief potato. I don't know if them thief no stone. Because them have a thief stone as well. Them thief fertilizer. Them thief money. Anything that the labor rights have not steal or attempted to steal, it is simple that they just have not got their hands on it. It is as simple as that. But as long as them get them hands on it, we're going to go to the minister. I need to become confused. I'm tempted for a bit of confusion.
Out of full transparency and out of accountability, I brought a bus. 2 buses here this morning. One has 160,000 miles and one has 170,000 miles.
Me near the cross. What on earth? I have no idea.
Those are the highest mileage of this fleet.
Globalists, gonna bear with me then.
Of buses that are coming. We have buses that
I'm gonna
with
have to
as least
screen
as
record over
60,000
volume
miles.
down.
What is important is not
I don't
only
know.
engine, but the condition of
I
chassis,
don't know sound on this
etc.
thing.
So
I have no idea. But hold on, may I go quickly screen record it because I want to respond. To the minister. The minister done enough to respond to. Hold on there. Una will probably hear it before it get in a studio. But may I have to respond to Darrell Vaz? That's what I say.
out of full transparency and out of accountability, I brought a bus. Two buses here this morning. One has 160,000 miles and one has 170,000 miles. Those are the highest mileage of this fleet of buses that are up here. And buses that with as least as 60,000 miles. What is important is not only engine, but the condition of chassis and the interior, etc. So what you're looking at here is a bus with a Cummins diesel engine, Allison transmission, world renowned, that have a life of 300,000 to 500,000 miles, which means we have another 10 to 15 years based on the mileage of this bus. And most importantly, we don't see one oily. These buses and these engines are among the best in the world standard. But if you bring the 60,000 mile one, because if you brought 60,000 mile one, you wouldn't know the difference between the 170 and the 60. So if you want, you can go and look on the mileage. It is there on the dashboard, because I want to finish once and for all this negative Richmond and evil comments being made by the opposition against this is going to tick off every box on behalf of the people and children and parents of the world. So, see here, do your own research, Google Cummins, Google Cummins school bus, North America, Google Allison transmission, do your own research. I encourage you, and you will come up with the same conclusion that all that is happening out is a desperate attempt. So, bad mind, wicked, and coming against something that is arguably the best thing that has happened to Jamaica and you Jamaica in decades as a matter of fact since independence. So, here it is, Jamaica.
Zunga, 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 zang. You heard him, haven't you? You heard the minister 100 second-hand speak, because if you're going to Patwa tonight, you're going to cost Wara hit clot and Taranatsit clot and all those unsavory things. The best thing the minister says happened to Jamaica and rural Jamaica in decades. In fact, said the minister, best thing to have happened to Jamaica since independence. You don't think that's an insult, Jamaicans? Can somebody speak to me, please? You don't think that's an insult? The minister says the best thing to have happened for rural Jamaica. I mean, Mr. Vaz, we've been rural Jamaica. Hey, Jesus. Boy. Mr. Vaz, you know rural Jamaica is a barrel recipient from foreign for years, Mr. Vaz. Decades. We have been barrel recipient. This is no different to barrel, Mr. Vaz. I don't know what you're talking about. But this, do you all know that dunceness is a very awkward thing? This is why I want the video to work, because I want to say dunceness as something will make people awkward. Jesus save the pilot, the dunce them. Dunceness make you awkward. Jamaica people, isn't this an insult? Minister Vaz said 100 second-hand brand new buses. Because the invite said 110 brand new bus. And I said second-hand overused bus where America now put on Fidem Road to put Fidem picking in Lana Jamaica and just say, oh, we're in a new country. Why not just tell them we're new? Because Ongo so could go, Mr. Vaz. So we want to know if you are going to change the invites to old bus rather than new bus. What is happening here with my conundrum? Is
Can pick up from here?
I don't
Out
know.
of full transparency and out of accountability.
But the
I brought
audio
a bus.
on this
2 buses
video,
here this morning.
it works.
One has
when I
160,000
screen
miles and one has 170,000 miles.
just not
Those are the highest mileage
working.
of this
But you
fleet.
see that man
of
in
buses
the
that
glass
are
side of Vaz? When Vaz said, let me take
60,000.
it down to
The best thing that has happened to
look
Jamaica
on
and
the
rural
top in the
Jamaica
ear when Vaz said the
in
best thing
decades,
will
as a
happen
matter
to
of fact, since
Jamaica
independence.
since it.
So,
Look,
there
and
it
that's
is,
what Vaz
Jamaica.
say it. When you see look up in the sky, and that's what Vaz say it's the best thing happened to Jamaica since Pendy Indents. What a wicked gospel grinding, wicked thieving people them. That Vaz said it's the best thing. My computer is just freezing.
The best thing that has happened to Jamaica and rural Jamaica
Here.
in decades, as a matter of fact, since independence. So,
yes, right.
there it
So
is, Jamaica.
when you're saying look up to the sky, is when Darrell Vaz said it's the best thing to have happened for rural Jamaica since independence. But on the right, this is in the Jamaica Labour Party. Because what have you all done for Jamaica since independence whenever you have government, other than brought tyranny to the people? We had it under Buster. We had it under Siaga. We had Tivoli incursion under Bruce Golden. And we have a national onslaught upon us by Andrew Holness. Barring that destruction that the Jamaica Labour Party regularly come give us, tell us something that the Jamaica Labour Party has really given to the country. I mean, we know PJ was a thief. Nobody can challenge me say PJ wasn't a thief. And PJ no sell off holy power sinting them. And PJ no fix up him and the rest of Prime Minister with a for life fat salary. Those were crime against the people. Crime against the people's purse. But my God, what we have been served up under Andrew Holness, even supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party are becoming tired and fed up of it. We are not saying, Mr. Vaz, that we don't need rural transport. Certainly we do. We are not saying, Mr. Vaz, we do not welcome. Why are these videos from my thingy library not playing tonight? Let me try another one and see if these recent one on my screen record. Something happened here. This video always play. Hold on. To reggae blue colors. To reggae man. The blood. Hold on. Let's go back to the animal bars, because I think we've solved the problem now. Oh, yes, we solved it.
Accountability. I brought a bus. 2 buses here this morning.
So I want you to look and listen well to the lies and the scams.
One has 160,000 miles and one has 170,000 miles. Those are the highest mileage of this fleet of buses that are coming. We have buses that with as less as 60,000 miles. What is important is not only engine, but the condition of the chassis and the interior, etc. So what you are looking at here is a bus with a Cummins diesel engine, Allison transmission, world renowned, that have a life of 300,000 to 500,000 miles, which means we have another 10 to 15 years based on the mileage of this bus. And most importantly, you don't see one oil leak, clean and dry. These buses and these engines are among the best in the world, gold standard. So I didn't bring the 60,000 mile one, because if you brought the 60,000 mile one, you wouldn't know the difference between the 170 and the 60. So if you want, you can go and look on the mileage. It is there on the dashboard, because I want.
Globalists, when you realize that dunceness is a very awkward thing, it's very awkward to be dunce.
To finish once and for all these negative, wicked and evil comments being made by the opposition against a system that I am making sure is going to tick off every box on behalf of the people and children and parents of rural Jamaica. So see there, do your own research, Google Cummins school bus, North America, Google Allison transmission, do your own research. I encourage you, and you will come up to the same conclusion that all that is happening out here is a desperate attempt to bad mind, wicked and evil comment against something that is arguably the best thing that has happened to Jamaica and rural Jamaica in decades, as a matter of fact, since independence. So here it is, Jamaica.
We have got to reform education in our country. We have got to reform education in our country. We have to do it, because dunceness is very awkward. Dunceness is becoming a bother to the country. We are not saying, Mr. Vaz, that rural school bus or a rural bus system is not a good thing. Questions we are asking of the prices. Questions we're asking, Mr. Vaz, we don't deserve nothing new. Questions we're asking, Mr. Vaz, are those the right buses? Are those the appropriate buses for our road, Mr. Vaz? The rickety, tickety, backety, brookety. Here one lady says, she welcome, but we're not on our road.
Because typically my son spends $600 for bus fare to and from school. So if we have a rural school bus system, that would be very great.
Yes, we would like a rural bus service for our community As in Mount James, Brandon Hill, we are joining. But what had happened? We have no road there. And I think that would pose a bad threat to up there with the kids, because if we had a big bus go up there without no road, that is a problem.
That would be a good idea.
Why is that?
Because sometime in the morning when the students get here to go to school, sometimes the bus stop full up of adults, and they may have a little difficulty getting on the bus because sometimes the adult them through them want to reach in time. They may cut past the student, them and gone on the bus and really doesn't really cares about them, you know. So that would be a good idea for the kids.
That would be nice. That would be good.
Why you say that?
Because the kids children them suffer because the taxi man them take 150 and then treat them bad. When them have them 150 or 200 sometimes.
Yes, I feel good because at least the kids will save going home and going to school. Because you know the taxi man them who say just take with the kids them and all me friends if you take taxi now. Because them take everybody, so that will be very good.
Well, that would be good because my daughter would have to leave out not so early in the morning because she would have to leave out 5:30 to get a bus to go to school.
What time does she leave out now?
She would get a proper bus to school.
It is a good thing Darrell Vaz said the community. But was the whole procedure well executed by the government? What happened to the coaster bus type of system them? We're familiar with our road. What happened to the JUTC type of bus them want to use? Our coaster bus, we can go round through a curve and bends and rickety-tickety and jump up in the air and drop back a dot with everybody in the crater them. Where we have road for the US tractor, because I always call them the tractivator buses. Where we have road for drive tractivator pan, sir? Even when then the tractivator broke down, what gonna happen? Brand new second hand. Andrew Holness, do something new, no? Do something good for once. Andrew Holness, do something good, something new, and something from the start for once. Make we rub it in the labor right them face, then we ask some question about the baby killing man, yeah.
Release the other day, you know? Yeah, man. We're marching on to progress. It'll take life on the road, you know. You want to see labor right dance to it too. Them love it too. Look where you piece like that.
March, we are march, 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 we are march, march, march. Now we are marching on in progress. Time comes on the alarm. But we don't care what we live right say. Our one day say we are. Now we need to fight the live right and to set Jamaica free. We are that fire complex and we march into victory.
Pull up that. Yeah, man. Boy, nice so till. But I want to tell some little GLP apologists in the media, and don't worry yourself. I love we are dealing with, you know. The word is love, you know. When we talk about we are blood and fire, comrade. We're resilient. We're passionate. We're determined to see change. We're not afraid of nobody. We are going to do what we have to do. But we are doing it within the law. And we are doing it with love for our country. Because we love Jamaica. And we love our people. So you don't have to worry about that. Just enjoy the music, man. Lick it again, the selector.
March, we are march,
Everybody. Whoa! We are the build back. We are the build back. Better than before. Everything that takes away. We are the bring back. We are the set it right and restore. Ease out the pressure. Now Jamaica can't take no more. We are stepping up the darkness into the light and keep on corruption. How we do it? Now we are marching on to grace and hope to be alive. Everybody. We don't care what you never right say. I want to say we are. We need to fight. We live alive. And to say Jamaica free. How we do? We are that fire. Everything they do, we are going to be the better than before. Everything that takes away, we are going to bring back. We are going to set it right and restore. Time comes, ease out the pressure. Now Jamaica can't take no more. We are stepping up the darkness into the light and keep on corruption.
Thank you very much and welcome back. A country mobbed by scandal, corruption, and lack of integrity from a government lack of ideas. I see Dr. Tufton running around with the food handlers galanging. Is there money to honor people who deal with food handlers in a Jamaica? Is there money to make half of it? Because Dr. Tufton no left in yard so. Anyone who see Dr. Tufton go, something in a hit. So me see Dr. Tufton henka. Government doubling compared to public health inspectors. So them are double the public health inspector them. You know, the ones that will come around, come check all on no galang in and fine and charge, you know. Dr. Tufton doubling them. Is Dr. Tufton going after more money? Just like, you know, the government will send out the traffic police them. Kate M said it's not free. Just like how the government send out the traffic police them to come create revenue after the already battered transport people them will have to fix them vehicle every Sunday. So Dr. Tufton no left in yard for free. So anyway you see Dr. Tufton, you know there's money there. But Jamaicans, in closing, I am begging you, put pressure on your health minister and your minister of national security. There are great concerns to which we want them to pay attention and to provide us more information on, such as the jail, the dead babies, the 15,000 dead Jamaicans, whether Dr. Tufton has any share or ownership in any funeral homes. We want to know from the Prime Minister when last you visit Gemini Go-Go Club. We want to know from Horace Chang. We know that you've imported 200 AK-47s in the country in 2021. We want to know, Dr. Chang, Minister of National Security, are any of these pipe bombs belonging to Dr. Chang? It's not impossible. The doctor import guns by the container into our country. It's not impossible for the minister to import pipe bombs either. Somebody need to answer we. Somebody need to tell us what is going on. When the shit hit the fan, all of us will get tainted. All of us' life is at risk with these pipe bombs. We must not accept this level of silence from the government in a matter of life and death. This is not how a democracy is run. They are under a duty to inform us, and we must make sure they carry out those duty, Jamaicans. We can't just sit down so and allow this government to run rampage and tirade around us. It's not on. This is how you move into a dictatorship. When a government see that his fear that he drives into you, he has succeeded. The government can then usher in his democratic principles and values because he has put you to sleep. He's had you in fear. You cannot be in fear, my people. You are only conquered through fear. Tell them to shut me up now. Tell them to shut me up if this mouth belongs to them. You can't get afraid of government every day. They're going to kill us some way, somehow. You notice they're not turning the guns at us anymore. They're turning bad care at us. They're turning bad injection of us. They're turning lack of hospital bed of us at us. They're turning contaminated theaters at us, contaminated injections at us. So me now go walk and afraid of them and they gun when they have many easy ways to kill me. If you want to sit down and afraid of them gun, it's up to you. But when you're afraid of the police and you end up around a Dr. Tufton people, them easy baps your uncle. That's why Dr. Bruce, drunk don't call me name. That's why Dr. Hunter told us that the gunmen are only killing 10% of what the national health care kills on an annual basis. And Jamaicans don't run out and tear out, hear out on our head and bawl, say, Lord God Almighty. We need to wake up, Jamaicans. We're not going to fight this battle with crooked governments and crooked slave masters asleep. We're not going to fight this battle asleep. All of us have to be awake, awoken, and alert to make sure we take on this battle we have to take on. You see them come with pipe bomb. We know them have gun and all sort already, you know. You see them come with pipe bomb. What is our line of defense, Jamaicans? If the government start to carry out an onslaught to hold power in the country, what will be our defense, Jamaica? Don't take this pipe bomb issue lightly. It's an unusual situation for us. It is a developing situation. Even though government is silent, the security services is silent on the matter, I think Jamaicans ought to be concerned. That's your lot for tonight. Thank you very much for being here on Global TV. Join us right back here tomorrow morning for your At a Glance program. If you are new to the channel, please give us a follow so when we go live, you certainly will get our notification. Thank you very much for your support as always. And please do join us right back here tomorrow morning. Good night from Global TV.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not first and for. Make God what I seen to. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a block! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Yes, come on, that's right. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, you might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Globalists, main plan for ask, so now I may forget. If anybody would like to buy me some mango for tomorrow's heat, when what you put in your soursop juice. No, I didn't make soursop juice, you know, Debbie. After plucking it, after spending hours plucking it, a globalist called me today and tell me how to do it next time. What I did, I just put it in a glass jar, and then I use bits and bits of it to make my smoothies. So I didn't just make the soursop juice. That particular one is to do. But if I'm making it, I would just make it with lime and ginger. Just like if I'm making Irish moss, I would just make it with lime and ginger, to be honest. But if anybody want to buy me a few mango for tomorrow's heat or the weekend heat, you're welcome to drop it in the PayPal or the Zelle. So thank you and good night from Global TV.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.